In 3, 2, 1.
John, are we live?
We're live, my man.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to our 15th, holy smokes, John, 15th episode of Wheelhouse. I am super excited today because we're going to be talking about puppies. We're going to be talking about ice cream. We're going to be sampling ice cream. We have Donna from Fido to go with us today, and then we have Eric and Jessica from Fronin Foods. Banana-based ice cream. It's unbelievable what they've done in 2 months. I'm really, really excited to chat with both groups of people today. But before we start, John always has the best shout-outs, but I'm going to try to one-up him before he comes up with some cool shout-out before I do. Big shout-out to Ryan Cotter. I don't know, John, if I hold this up, if they're going to see it in frame.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Give me 1 second.
He surprised us today. For those of you who have viewed the show before and met Ryan, he is the godfather of the real estate rumble. You want to hold it up higher? My T-Rex arms.
Right in front of your
Pretty
face.
freaking heavy.
Go. Beautiful.
So the guys and gals who box in the real estate rumble, when they win, they get a championship belt. John and I did not box in it this year, but Ryan called us champions because we helped run the event this year. So he got both John and I pretty cool championship belts. Also, September 15th, they're going to have the LA Real Estate Rumble. I spoke to Ryan today. It's booked. So we got a couple friends in LA listening. We will be out in LA September 15th for the Los Angeles Real Estate Rumble. John, you should come. I know you said you might not. I'm going to put you on the spot so Cotter can give you shit.
Somebody's got to be here to hold down the fort.
Yeah, it's true. I'll be at a wedding in Tahiti and then coming back the morning of the Real Estate Rumble. Probably exhausted, but I'll make it through the Rumble and come home Friday.
Boy, your life sucks.
Yeah. What's going on with you? You got a cool shout-out to one-up my shout-out?
Well, now that you say it, yeah, a little bit.
Oh, shit.
Yes and no. Yes and no. So it's a multi-level shout-out. And normally what I do is I try and do shout-outs for people that I know. Last week was you.
That was the best of the best shout-out.
So this is actually totally opposite. It is a perfect stranger. Actually, two people that are perfect strangers. I'm pointing a picture up right now of a police officer who's helping a man shave, homeless gentleman. Story goes, I saw this on Twitter, and I retweeted it, and I'm sharing it today because we all need some love. Gentleman who was homeless, down on his luck, trying to get a job, went to a fast food place, was going to have an interview. The manager said, hey, listen, I would love to hire you. You seem like a great guy. You have to clean yourself up a little bit. So story goes along. He's outside, literally outside in the parking lot, shaving with sort of a crappy, rusty razor that he found. Police officer saw what he was doing. No shaving cream, no mirror, nothing. Walked up, actually talked with him and offered and helped right there on the spot to shave him, get him a little bit cleaned up so that he could go into the fast food joint and reapply for the job. Now, I have no idea if he got the job. I hope he did, or does or did. But I want to shout out to the gentleman trying to better his life. Whatever the situation was, however he got down on his luck, he's trying to rectify the situation, and I respect that. And the police officer who took time out of his day, saw that a person was in need, and just went ahead and did it. No questions asked, just to try and help somebody better their life. Plus, the person that retweeted the tweet that I saw is my niece, Kimmy, and she retweeted it from a friend who retweeted blah, blah, blah. The only reason I want to shout that out, too, is because we all need to take time to acknowledge the fact that there's some good news in the world, and we should, do something about that and take a minute to share good news and not just bad news. That, my man, is my shout out of the day.
I mean, you 10-up me today. I put up this belt, and then you put up a really feel-good story, and that is an awesome story. I actually think I did see that.
Yeah.
When I saw you looking at the video and trying to download it, I didn't realize it was that, and it is a really good feel-good story.
It is.
Kudos, like you said, to both of them. The guy trying to better his situation,
Honest to goodness.
We'll have to have a little bit of a segment on a experience I had with homeless people and some stuff we've done with the Association of Realtors, which
I would love it.
It's near and dear to me. So that was a really cool shout out.
And not even to pat ourselves on the back, but let's go back to Cotter. the event that he does here in Chicago that we help with, LA, that we might be going to.
Tim said LA 9:15. Come on, Johnny. Tim, you coming with us?
All right.
I'll take Tim instead of you. He seems like he'd be more fun.
We can stop along the way and get him.
Yeah.
But all those people, the kids primarily, we're probably never going to meet any of those kids that the money from the event goes to help. We're just trying to help.
Yeah.
And Cotter really does a good job, and he deserves a shout out, and so do we a little bit.
Yeah, awesome. Well, I'm gonna beat
That's all I got, man. That's all I got.
One of these weeks, I'm gonna out shout out you. I'm gonna come prepared. But let's get to our guests.
Yes.
My first guest, Donna Santucci from Fido to Go, a gourmet. I love the play on words. Food truck. The story is incredible, and the way you came up with Fido to Go is very, very cool. We chatted yesterday on the phone.
Yes.
So I'm going to let you tell the story and tell us what Fido to Go is. I know I was talking about you being on the show this morning. I was at a realtor event, and two people said, we've seen her trucks. We've seen the trucks around. So you're definitely out there, and people know you're out there. So tell us the story.
So, we're the first dog and cat treat food truck in the nation.
Awesome.
Really in the world, because the first one that started was in London.
Very cool.
So she just did it for rescues.
Okay.
So all the money went to charity. But I didn't even know she was out there until way later.
How did you guys come up with that idea? Because nobody else had done it.
No.
The trendsetter here.
Here's what happened, and it's a pretty funny story in a nutshell. I won't go as long as I told you yesterday, but so I live across the street from Montrose Dog Beach. My dog, unfortunately, doesn't like the beach.
Doesn't like the water or the dogs or both? Both.
And doesn't like the heat because she's
Yeah.
a double-coated dog.
Okay. What kind of dog, by the way?
Australian Shepherd, Australian cattle dog.
I have a German Shepherd. So yeah,
Okay,
they
so
don't love
same
heat.
thing. They are not great with heat.
Yeah.
So, I'm a beach bum. Totally love the beach. I'm across the street, laying out, and I'm always by the fence checking out the dogs because I get bored a little bit. And as you can tell, I'm not the most calm person, kind of hyper, so checking it out. Well, then I'm starting to think like, okay, what am I going to do? I want to open up an all-natural organic and food store. I'm thinking about realtors like yourself and all that. So as I'm sitting there, I hear the ice cream man go by.
That noticeable.
I will never
ice
forget
cream sound.
this ever in my life. I look at the dogs, I look at the sky, and I just start cracking up at myself because I thought an ice cream truck for dogs. I started cracking up at myself because I'm like, oh, that's the stupidest idea I've ever thought of.
Not so stupid now.
Right. Now I totally believe differently. I
Yeah.
believe there's no such thing as a stupid idea.
There isn't.
Because those stupid ideas turn into somebody's dreams. And as long as you're happy, follow your passion and money will follow, although I'm still waiting for the money part. But
Yeah, it takes a while.
I'm happy and I love what I do.
That's
and I
awesome.
love my customers, every single one of them.
So from idea to, it takes a lot of steps to go from idea to getting a truck and actually
Yeah.
doing this thing.
Oh, yeah.
How long did that take when you went from, I have this aha
the
moment.
idea, 3 years.
Okay.
So it was like 2008-ish is when I thought about the idea. In 2010, we made our debut.
Very
So, yeah. So it took a while because I put it on the back burner because it was so stupid.
You just were like, this can't work. And
No,
then
right,
you
I
reeled
just
it
thought,
in.
who is going to do it? There are people who think I'm absolutely nuts, And lo and behold, I did it.
So we started with one truck, I'm guessing, right?
One truck
One
for a
truck.
lot of years.
Okay.
For about 5 years, I had one truck.
And how many do you guys have now?
2, and then one in San Diego.
Very cool.
And then we're expanding now to other cities.
Very, very cool.
Yeah.
And what can you serve on the trucks?
We sell and manufacture. We manufacture our own cookies,
Oh, very
yogurts, and hard products.
Okay.
So a lot of the hard products I have already, people make them. And then we get some from small farms and such. and then the bakery goods we make. I created every single one of those. I took animal
Wow.
nutrition, animal dermatology, and before that, I was a dog groomer.
Wow.
So dog grooming is what got me into taking more courses and such, and learning about it. I loved
It was
the
like a
classroom.
passion, though. I mean, it
It's
sounds like
totally
you
a
had a
passion.
passion that
Yes.
eventually went into what you call a crazy idea. I don't think it's that crazy of an idea. I think it's a cool idea, and I think
Thank you.
I mean, people have always loved dogs. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
when I was born, we had 2 dogs, and I've always had dogs.
Mm-hmm.
And my dog's like a kid to me. I don't have a kid, so my friends
Right.
with kids are like, once you have kids, you're gonna realize the difference between kids and dogs. I seem to think I'm not going to love my kids any more than I love my dog, but we'll see. But I feel like things like dog parks and dog accessible restaurants and people being able to take dogs places is becoming a trendier thing. So you're 2008, you're almost fashion forward for that. You were thinking ahead of the curve, in my opinion.
Yeah, or that was just a horseshoe up my rear end, which could have been.
Yeah,
Because I just went for my passion. I was in that stage in my life where I've been married, I raised my stepson, or I helped raise my stepson, so I can't take all the credit here. I was in that stage of my life where I was just wanted to be happy at what I was doing.
Yeah.
I was like, life is too short. Oh my gosh,
Got one life to live.
Right. I mean, I'm almost 50, and I thought about this.
You don't
and
look 50.
80, yeah. And almost, I'm not 50. I'm 48.
Oh, you don't look upper 40s. Definitely energy-wise either.
Now, John, on the other hand.
See? So, you know what's funny?
John, I'm kidding.
John was giving me
So
crap
it's
earlier.
technical difficulties. I don't know what's
Perfect,
going on.
because he was giving me crap earlier because I shaved my beard for the first time or second time in 2.5 years yesterday.
Uh-huh.
And I was looking at, on Facebook, you have this on this day.
Yeah.
And they're younger than we are. But
Right.
in 6-7 years, you guys will look back at on this day.
Yes.
Damn, I was so much younger looking. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to shave my beard. So I started shaving it. I got about halfway through and I'm like, damn it, I don't like the way this looks, but it's too late. Luckily, my facial hair will be back full grown by 5
So
p.m.
for 2
tomorrow.
days, you look 12.
So I'll be fine.
So do you feel like you've taken off like 20 years off your
I mean,
life?
He said I looked like a little kid when I walked in.
Absolutely.
And so maybe I'll run with it. Maybe I'll just
I think you should.
But I was looking at my on this day and I was like, holy smokes, I got old fast.
You can see,
Work.
like, have a contest and see how many people, if you go into bars and see how many times you get carded. So that could be a test run for you.
So I was at Binny's and it says we ID under 40 and she's not IDing me. So I looked at her and I'm like, hey, do I look 40 to you? And she goes, close enough. And I'm like, oh. And I was like, oh.
See?
Zing. She
It's
got
something
me.
at 42. That's when everybody stopped carding me, and I got a little irritated with
Yeah.
that. So now I just, as a joke, are you going to card me? Because I'll card like my sister,
Yeah.
who looks like she's 30 and she's in her mid 50s, and I'm like, why didn't I get her body and the way she looks? And I'm walking in, they're carding her, and I'm her little sister, and they're like, excuse me, ma'am.
My little sister, she's a veterinarian, by the way. She's going to love this when she watches this. So
Oh,
shout out to my
that's-
sister, Sheena. She's
Yeah,
at the Grayslake
that's
Animal Hospital.
awesome.
Big dog fanatic.
Give her a lot of credit.
But she still looks like she's 16. So I feel like when people go in and they're like, this is our doctor? She looks like she could be a student. Her 21st birthday, they literally thought her state ID was fake. Like the woman we're around in Japan, she goes, no, this is fake. And we're like, no, this is her 21st birthday. That's why we're here. Because she was trying to order liquor. And they're like, nope, it's fake. And my dad's like, it's my daughter. I'm telling you, it's not fake. She's 21, but she looked like she was like 14 or 16.
She
And
should have started throwing out some like really big medical
terminology.
terminology.
But yeah, so you definitely don't look like
Well,
you're in
thank
your
you.
40s, and your energy levels are very, very high.
Thanks.
Which is awesome.
Yes.
What do you are you out in the field every day still?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I mean, I loved that. That's the thing.
So you still love it.
I love it. I
Live
yeah. I mean, I don't have much of a personal life. I mean, I'll make it. Sometimes I have to still go out once in a while to see my friends and stuff, but very seldomly. And I love my job. I wake up at early in the morning and I don't end until very late.
So when do you guys start and stop? And do you guys give an announcement of, hey, the truck's going to be here? Or are you guys just like, hey, we're going to go out and we're going to find spots that we think are hot for people walking their dogs around and we're going to park?
Oh, no.
What's the protocol?
It's a lot. Now, we know because we've been around for 8 years, so we know
Where to go?
well, yeah, we built up our customer base. So we actually post weekly on our social media sites. So on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter is very long, so we just say we posted our schedule.
Yeah.
So each week, about Monday night, Tuesday morning, we post our weekly schedule for that
Very cool.
week. Yeah. So we usually have 2 trucks out. So yeah.
Do they north side loop? Is it kind of
Yeah.
like spread between those?
Well, yeah.
all
I mean,
over.
here, for instance, we're doing Saturday. We've been so blessed to where 180 Promotions actually called us, and we're doing a big food truck thing with Anheuser-Busch and Chicago Cubs.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Wrigley?
Yeah, at Gallagher Way.
Very cool.
Yeah, so it's huge.
Good for you guys.
And the dogs are all invited.
Very cool.
So they really, which is huge for us. And then Saturday that same day, our other truck will be at Arlington Racetrack.
We're going to be at Arlington on Friday for our company, our real estate company's company summer outing. I wish it was on
Oh,
Saturday.
God,
Now,
that would have been cool because
so
everybody's,
cool.
they're bringing
Bring
dogs too.
Oh man, and our office is dog friendly.
Oh,
you guys
so
are ever in Lincoln
everybody.
Park, all of our agents, they're free to bring dogs in, and we're very, very dog friendly. We're not cat friendly because I'm allergic to cats. Like
Yeah,
deathly
no,
allergic.
I get it. Yeah, yeah, a lot of people are though. It's the dander. Yeah.
I'm like, I have to take prednisone and Benadryl,
Yeah,
and like
yeah.
I'm ready to die when
Yeah,
I'm
a lot
cat,
of people
but,
are like that, yeah.
Nor do I guess people really bring their cats out,
No.
out that much. Or do you get them?
I do get them.
Really?
In fact,
like on leashes and
Here,
stuff.
I do. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I have a friend that has a
and
Bengal.
this cat is so cool.
Really?
The coolest cat. I really want this cat.
Is it a house cat or is it like
Total
a
house cat. High-rise cat. High-rise cat
on a leash?
on a leash, but the coolest cat.
Huh.
I mean, this and the dogs. I think the
It's
cat's
like
a dog because, and usually it doesn't happen. They just ignore it like whatever, and this cat's just.
See, if I had a cat that could just walk on a leash and act like a dog, and I wasn't allergic to it, I'd be cool with that.
There are cats out there that are like that, though. Believe it or not.
My
It's
buddy's
kinda
Bengal
crazy.
cat's kind of like that.
Yeah.
Because he can, but
love
that's
Bengal
not so
cats.
much like a house cat. I mean, they're wired a little bit different.
Yeah, they are
Actually,
different.
they're hypoallergenic, I think, so I don't think you get allergies to them.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I don't know.
I should know,
Yeah.
but I don't. Maybe your sister would know. I wouldn't.
She might, yeah. The grooming. So grooming's tough, too. That's
Yeah.
a tough, I mean, that's a physical job.
Yeah.
When did
It-
you stop that? Almost right when you started doing
Well,
this?
yeah, I had a space on Halstead and Randolph, and then I had a space in River West, and then I did a lot of people. I would just go to their house and do it.
Sure.
But it just got so physical, and when you have 2 businesses, and
It's hard.
at that point I was doing it myself. Yeah, there's just no. You can't physically do it. I don't care what anybody says. The ones that do it, they have everybody working for them, and they're doing it, not themselves. So I couldn't keep up with it. I wasn't wired for that.
Sure.
So I was suffering, and I'm like, what would I love to do more? The Fido to Go truck.
I think a smart move.
Yeah.
So you kind of always had that entrepreneur mindset to you, though. I mean, that is I'm
Yeah,
not
I
taking a
think
paycheck. I'm
so.
kind of just pushing an entrepreneur.
Not always. I used to work for other people. I mean, not
Did you always want to
grooming.
be? Did you always want to be an entrepreneur?
Yeah, I always wanted to work for myself, and
Yeah.
I think because my dad worked for himself,
Okay.
and I've seen my grandparents work for themselves, and everybody in our family, a lot of people work for themselves. So
We see that as a trend here. So we've had, this week 15, we've seen a lot of entrepreneurs that got saw somebody in the family be an entrepreneur, and it was either that or they had a bad work experience and said, I just want to work for myself. And
Yeah.
it seems like it was kind of a hybrid.
Well, I was just sick of also working in a cube.
Yeah.
I look and it's kind of, and please don't take me wrong, because some people love it and they're cut out for it.
Yeah.
And I miss working with like a ton of people and creative people, and it was a blast, and I got to meet great people. But I look now and it's like, I look at the people coming out for lunch in high rises, and I just think I remember that, and I think, God, I just can't even ever imagine doing that, because you're working, you feel almost like a robot.
Yep. I'm just like you.
I can't
I
do
have
it.
some businesses, and I right out of law school opened my law firm, and some people have asked me, what would it take for you to go work in an office? I'm like, you would have to give me you'd have to give me like NBA basketball player money per year.
Yeah.
Where I can be like, hey, you know what? Now, like, I'll stomach it. But if it wasn't for that, there's no way you could put me in an office. You have way too much energy to be in an office.
Oh,
I feel
God,
like
no,
that.
yeah. Everybody would get so mad at me because I was so loud. Now
Or
he's
you
the
would
one
be
like, let's
stuck.
party, you know? I'd be like, everybody, let's get our work done in like 2 hours and go out for a smoke break.
Yeah. Yeah, there's
That
no
was
way.
me. Yeah, I was like, let's go out for cocktails at lunchtime, just because it was like, I felt so cooped up. It was hard
Yeah.
for me to sit in one spot. So, and I just cheered, Santucci, shut up.
It's too monotonous, too.
Yeah, and
It's the same thing over.
well, that was
And
my
again, I'm
problem.
not offending anybody either who's sitting in a cubicle right now like Mo's an asshole, but I was just, some people can do it, I can't.
Right.
And entrepreneur
And I-
side, some people just cannot do it.
Right. God bless the people. Right. And there's the drawback on having your own business is that you don't have a life.
Yeah. Right.
So, in a sense, it's like, God, I wish I could be one of those people in a
Yeah.
cubicle, do a 9 to 5, or be happy with that, and just have a life. But I'm not one of those people.
Yeah.
And I have to be busy all the time, but I love doing what I'm doing. I'm one of those people. Otherwise, I'm completely miserable, and I hate my job if I'm
Yeah.
driving into work for somebody.
I'm with you 100%.
Yeah.
We have Tim saying, working in a cube is not so much fun, lost in a cube farm in Tempe. Oh, that's why he's close to L.A. We'll come pick you up, Tim, when we go to L.A. Eric Witzel said, you young and hot.
Eric.
Eric is giving you a shout out. And for
Thanks,
those of you
Eric.
listening, you guys can ask them questions. I'm looking at the questions, so if you guys have questions for them, ask away. Embarrass them, embarrass me.
Oh,
I'll
Eric.
ask whatever
Eric,
you guys
I grew
wanna
up
ask.
with. Thanks a
Yeah.
lot, Eric.
Thank you, Eric. We appreciate the humor and fun.
That's it.
So you have an online store too. I checked that out.
Yeah.
Because you do make the products.
Yeah,
do
we
you get a lot
manufacture.
of people buying
Oh
online?
yeah,
Who's
especially in
coming
the
to your
winter.
truck? Okay.
But a lot of people love coming to the truck
Yeah, it's fun.
in the summer. Plus, we do like huge parties. We do Easter egg hunts, and most people charge for Easter egg hunts. We don't.
Okay.
I'm
Very
like,
cool.
if you're gonna have a party, and don't be like, okay, and it's $10 to get in.
Yeah.
So we have a blast. I mean, that's like for the dogs.
Yeah.
Everything we do, like bobbing for hot dogs at Halloween with the
Very
dogs.
cool.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
I love it. I
So-
think it's great. What are
Yeah.
some
everybody
plans,
wants to bring their
expansion
dogs.
plans? You guys now have 2 here, 1 in San Diego. Are you guys going to be doing
Yeah.
more trucks soon?
Well, we're thinking about Colorado,
Okay.
Denver for next year. In fact, the girl that works right now and is helping us, she's moving her and her husband to Denver, so I think she's going to take one out with her. I go to Miami a lot. Florida's like my home away from home.
Weather's always good too.
Yeah. So I don't know. I can't really talk about
Yeah.
Florida yet. But yeah, there's
Stuff in the works.
stuff in the works.
Good
Yeah,
for you.
and in fact, we're hoping to do what Fronin is doing and hopefully having our product in the stores. Although it took them 2 months to do it, it's taken me like 8 years.
You just like bump and set like the intro for them so perfectly because I was about to bring them in. Before we do though, Kevin Delaney says shout out from Craig Manzer. You rock, Donna.
Thanks, Kev.
So you got a shout out there.
Thanks,
but
Kevin. I grew up with. Yeah, he's known me since I was probably born. a couple years
Thanks for
older than me.
watching, Kevin.
Yeah.
Perfect
Good
bump and
people.
set for me to spike in our second set of guests. I'm really excited to chat with you guys, and then we're going to do a round table here. We got Eric and Jessica from Fronin Foods. This business is super, super cool. John, can they see stuff if I start grabbing at these things they got? We got T-Rex arms. You guys might have to. So I'm going to just kind of show everybody. This is the packaging for their banana-based ice cream. I have no sweet tooth, but I'm obsessed with ice cream. The problem for me is when I start eating ice cream, I eat the whole damn pint. So I love that they put the calories per pint because there is no damn way I'm having a scoop or 2 scoops of any ice cream. So thank you guys for coming on. Tell us what Fronin is. Donna just said you guys have been open for 2 months. I can't believe how far you guys got in 2 months, but whichever one of you guys wants to take it, tell us what Fronin is, and I'll
You want to go for
hand
it?
it off.
Sure, yeah, Fronin. So it's a non-dairy banana-based ice cream. So it's totally guilt-free. It's made with only 4 or 5 ingredients. So only things that you would normally eat on a regular basis. Nothing fake, nothing that you can't recognize or can't pronounce. We were sick of eating stuff like that, and we were sick of the way that it made us feel. So we wanted to make something that was totally pure and low in calorie, low sugar, low fat as well.
I love it. And how did the idea come about?
Yeah, so when I was 13, I was diagnosed with celiac disease and dairy sensitivity. So I've always been used to a pretty limited diet. But when I got to college, I had that freedom to buy whatever I want and eat whatever I want without my mom telling me not to eat too much sugar. So I definitely did that. And eventually I started to get really sick.
Yeah.
But at that point, I was addicted to sugar, which is a problem that so many people have. And I wanted an option that was indulgent and fulfilling and delicious that didn't make me feel guilty. So Eric introduced me to his family recipe, and I'd never heard of the concept of making ice cream out of bananas. So I didn't even believe him until he showed me this.
And you guys are like, it's boyfriend, girlfriend, right? So Matt, this is like one of those kind of match made in heaven scenarios where you had the total need because you had insensitivity to dairy and you loved ice cream and sweets. And you had the recipe that nobody has ever heard of, which was banana-based ice cream, which is awesome. And then you guys met in college?
Yeah, we did.
Okay. And then tell me about how kind of the idea went from you having a pretty cool recipe that nobody else had to creating a business that, one of the things, John, we were talking before the show was I felt like I had seen your packaging at stores. And you guys said only 2 months, so it's instantly recognizable. So kudos to you guys in 2 months. So how did it go from cool recipe to great business?
Yeah, so we were actually both in Hyde Park. We went to Chicago over the summer.
Smart guys and gal.
It was a great time.
Yeah.
And we were both interning actually downtown. We had desk jobs and we're doing the 9 to 5. And when we got home, it was like, I just want to eat an entire tub of ice cream. But that wasn't great, especially sitting all day and not really having enough time to exercise and to really take care of your body. So Eric and I kind of just started making this together and sharing it with friends who loved it. And we were thinking, why can't we buy this in a grocery store? So we really started evaluating the ice cream aisle, and there was nothing like it. So we saw an opportunity to enter a competition at the Booth School of Business. And so we kind of started planning it earlier to get ready for this business plan competition. And then we went through 3 rounds of pitches, a 60-page business plan, and kind
Wow.
of like a mini Shark Tank for college students.
It's like a real Shark Tank for college students. That's not small. That's serious business.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had no idea what we were doing, but
Well,
kinda
apparently you
just-
did.
Yeah. Well, I think we had to learn on the go, and
Yeah.
we took advantage of just mentorship opportunities. And Chicago has a great food community as well, so we kind of tapped into that.
Yeah, shout out to the Hatchery. They're awesome.
The Hatchery. Shout out to them.
They're great.
Sounds like they helped you guys out.
Yeah, we've been working with them now.
That whole you're kind of learning as you go. To be honest, I'm on I've grown a bunch of businesses and I'm a decade into growing businesses now. That's kind of how it is. You have an idea of how things are going to work, and that idea might be right or kind of right, and then you learn a whole lot of crap as you go. So kudos to you guys. So you guys won the competition?
Yeah, we won. And we
Wow.
received some funding, which was great. And
That helps.
we did an accelerator program at the Polsky Center for Entrepreneurship at Booth during the summer where we kind of kickstarted everything. And we were making everything by hand at that point. And we were in about 3 retailers right near our university. And it was selling really well. So we thought, we can't really manage making this by ourselves. So we spent the last 8 months after that figuring out operations, manufacturing, sourcing, branding, and all of those things that we kind of just, and we've made, plenty of mistakes along the way with that. But we pulled it together for a launch onto Peapod June 8th.
That's amazing.
So,
Congratulations.
Super exciting.
I mean, you guys, you've worked so hard in 8 months, and even before that, when you guys were setting up for this, like you said, you guys were planning for it. But I can't tell you guys, and I mean, I haven't been doing this my whole life, but I've been doing it long enough to tell you, you're so far ahead of the average business owner. And obviously, you guys are both very intelligent, went to the University of Chicago, and had the ability to win this competition. But the fact that you guys just grassroots, not only worked really hard, but found the resources you needed to get the information and get to the point where you guys are in Peapod. And I'm going to let you guys tell everybody what's next, because what's next is even cooler than the fact that you guys have already gotten to Peapod and everything. But I'm blown away. You guys are incredibly impressive. So what's next? So I know you guys got some cool plans coming.
Yeah, definitely. So we're in about 10 retail locations right now, and in August we're expanding to about 22 more. So we're going to be supporting those stores with free demos and things like that, having people try Froen and taste it for themselves. And then end of August, we're planning on having our own online store up and running.
I think you guys are just going to kill it. I mean, we almost, John, in a year, when they sell this company for like $700 million, like RX Bar did, we're going to have them on, or you guys will have to invite us on your private yacht so we can do a wheelhouse from their private yacht. Because we were talking off air, for those of you who have seen the RX bars, and I love their marketing. It's, there's 4 ingredients and this is what's in the bar and these are, the health items. I mean, it's really cool. You guys have, here's the ingredients. You have like this is how many calories it is, the number of ingredients it has. This packaging is awesome. It's so cool. And then obviously the fact that it's healthy. I don't look like a personal trainer anymore, but in my college days I was one. And that low sugar. I mean, sugar and fat. Eric and I were talking about this. When you're eating ice cream is supposed to be a fun thing to have. But if you're working out and then you have a pint of ice cream, you're like, that was awesome. But then you hate yourself. You're like, damn it, I got to go work out again. I lost a whole week's worth of working out. But this allows you to consistently enjoy ice cream without feeling like you crapped on your entire workout. So this is really cool. And how you guys get it, and we're about to taste it. I've never tasted it, so we're about to taste it. I'm being very honest. I'm glad you guys brought samples, and I'm sure it tastes delicious. But to get something to taste great and also be healthy is so hard to do. And we should hook them up with Evan Shai, who is on, because if anybody looks like a personal trainer, it's Evan. But Evan is a Chicago, he's like a celebrity at this point. He's a trainer, but he's got a bunch of businesses that work around healthy options now for big businesses. And I think something like this would be something Evan would just love. So I'll link you guys up with him. So let's try some stuff.
Yeah, that'd be
I'm a
awesome.
huge fan of strawberry ice cream. So
Okay.
Here's the strawberry.
I might go that way.
Here's our strawberry flavor. We have a bunch of sampling spoons. We have enough for everybody, so
Okay.
definitely
Oh my
dig
God.
in.
Yeah, we have strawberry.
And I didn't even realize it was banana based.
That's the cool part. It's banana based.
So cool.
These are packages just for tasting, right?
Yep, just for tastings.
Am I the only one doing this?
No, I got to get in there.
John's getting in here. You guys gotta try it.
Hold on 1 second.
Hold on, I'm gonna try this now.
We have strawberry, banana,
Oh my
coconut.
god, it's so good.
Is it?
I'll go chocolate.
Chocolate.
I'm gonna go strawberry.
It's so good.
Thank you.
Hope you're on camera saying that. You are.
I mean, I don't know if I am, but I'll say it again and again. That is, I mean, it's
Is it?
really good.
And I'm a strawberry fan too, so let's see.
Oh, good. We're glad you like it.
It's like creamy too.
Oh, God.
So like, what do you do with the, just out of curiosity, how do you get the banana to be this creamy? What part of it does that?
the way the bananas freeze, and then if you just kind of mush them up afterwards, they just end up naturally being creamy. So for the strawberry, our number one ingredient is real strawberry. So that's why
Okay.
we really wanted to have a strong strawberry taste. And then the banana kind of helps with that consistency.
I mean, this is as tasty as any strawberry ice cream,
Mm-hmm.
and it has a fraction of the calories and a fraction of the fat and a fraction of
What's nice
the
is
sugar.
it's not like super sweet. That's the
It
cool
tastes like
part.
it's real
I'm
strawberry.
not like a huge sweet, like super sweet. So this is really good.
This
Yeah.
is really good, guys.
Guilt free.
What's, as far as the calories and sugar and all of that for the chocolate? 'Cause I don't know if they're different by flavor.
I'm sure.
Yeah, so the
Yeah.
chocolate is 280 for the entire pint, calorie wise,
Oh,
and 10
Whoa.
grams of sugar per serving.
And you only have 0.5 grams of total fat, and you have no saturated fat in your chocolate one, which is insane.
It
Yeah.
is awesome.
I mean, to be honest, it's healthier than most any other sort of cheat meal you can have, but it's not
Yeah.
really even a cheat meal because it's not unhealthy for you.
It's literally just bananas, a little bit of water, a touch of honey, and cocoa powder. That's it.
It's so good.
It is really, really good.
I feel bad for everybody who's watching and can't taste this, and we're just like talking to you guys about how delicious this stuff is. It's amazing.
You don't feel that bad.
No, I really don't. But are these the main flavors you guys are going to keep? Are you guys playing with other flavors? Is there anything in the works for?
Yes, so there are a few flavors in the works right now. We're looking at doing a vanilla flavor
Okay.
and a banana peanut butter. And
Wow.
Awesome, a peanut butter one.
yeah, and possibly a healthier spin on a salted caramel flavor.
Wow.
And if you're watching and you're curious, we'll be in August. We'll be in Pete's Fresh Market, Valley Produce, Treasure Island, and we're currently in the Foxtrot stores and Potash Market in River North.
So cool. I mean, I can't imagine you guys do a sampling of this anywhere and people aren't just blown away by it. What was kind of the first flavor you guys came up with?
Just the plain banana.
Banana one,
That was
the
first
banana
one.
coconut one.
Yep.
And then what's the best selling one so far?
Chocolate.
Chocolate.
Yeah, definitely
It's
chocolate.
weird because I mean I'm gonna try the chocolate too. John's having the chocolate
It's
now. It's
really,
really
really
good. I like chocolate ice cream. I'm not like a big chocolate guy, but I mean it's so healthy. It's unbelievable, guys.
I honestly thought when you gave me the calorie count that you were going to say that it was for this, but for the whole pint.
Yep, the whole pint. It's
Holy
super
smokes.
indulgent for 280 calories.
It's unbelievable.
And it's-
unbelievable.
I didn't know if it was going to be kind of creamy like ice cream,
Right.
being that you didn't have the dairy in it, but it's just as creamy as having ice cream, which is awesome. Very, very cool. So, online stores coming when, you guys said?
End
I
of
think
August.
That's going to be it's going to sell like hotcakes, I think, online too. I think people are going to try it in the store, and we're getting into that sort of era where people like ordering everything in, and then it's just going to take off like hotcakes. I think this thing's going to sell like crazy. Are you guys expanding outside of Chicago anytime soon?
We're kind of, starting local.
I mean, I keep saying that, but you guys are 2 months in, and I'm like, you
Slow
guys are
your
so
roll.
far advanced for 2 months that I'm like, are you guys expanding out? And they're like, we're just getting going.
Yeah, hopefully by, I guess, the
So
end of
it's up.
2019, we'll have plans to be going to other regions. But
Okay.
right now, we're really focusing on the Chicago area. But if you want to buy a pint online and you're in California, that's what the online store is for.
That's awesome. Kudos to you guys. I mean, it's crazy to see. You guys are young. People go from having an idea to implementing the idea, coming out to market with a product. And obviously, you guys have a plan, like that whole by the end of 2019. Are you guys still working with a ton of mentors and stuff? Or you guys have some really good mentors that you guys are working with?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I have a feeling in a couple years you guys are going to be mentoring a ton of people in stuff like this because it seems like you guys have learned a whole lot. Do you have a sweet tooth too?
I do.
You do?
Yeah,
You got one
definitely.
too? Because
Oh, yeah.
you for
Oh,
sure had
yeah.
one, obviously, but you have one too?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Who came up with the banana base in the family?
My great-grandfather had a little shop up in Maine. It was kind of like a grocery store in Delhi. And one of the items that they sold was like a chocolate-dipped frozen banana. So they had a freezer full of all these bananas just sitting there. And then my great-grandmother thought, why don't we just blend these up and see what happens? I don't know why, but it turned out great. It was kind of like an ice cream, and they would just eat that. So then it got passed down, and my dad, he invested in this massive juicer and everything because he loved it so much. And we just played around with different flavors, and then I showed it to Jesse, and that's how it started.
And who would have thought in the family from your great grandparents that a couple generations later, this thing will one day sell for a couple $100 million?
And they make it all the way to Wheelhouse.
Yeah, make it all the
My
way to
goodness.
Wheelhouse.
The pinnacle. Media.
John and I were talking about making Wheelhouse go viral. So when you guys end up selling this company for like a couple $100 million, just John, we're gonna keep hashtagging Fronin. Fronin Foods until our stuff goes viral here.
I have
very
3
cool.
letters. I-P-O. Let us know, please. Let us know.
How are you guys coming up with the new flavors? Are you guys just taste testing them yourselves? You guys got friends that come over and taste test? Because Donamy and John are going to come over and we're going to taste test the food.
Yeah, we did all of the R&D ourselves. So coming up with these 4 flavors took over 200 hours in a shared kitchen space.
Wow.
So the new flavors is just us kind of experimenting. We keep the principles in mind of just using as few ingredients as possible and only real ingredients. And then we share them with friends and see what people like, take them to sampling events, test out new flavors, get some feedback, and just kind of go from there.
Are you guys into kind of cooking and food and baking in general? Now that you guys have kind of been shared restaurant, like kitchen spaces and stuff?
Yeah, I think since we did so much R&D for this product, when I get home, I'm like, I don't want to cook right now.
You're like Grubhubbing. You need a food truck.
No, then she can be like, oh, I'll just have a Fronin. It's nice. And
Yeah, this will fill me up and it's not a lot of calories.
and I don't feel like cooking. I'll just take it. This is amazing stuff. I'm really proud of you guys.
Thank you.
You have something else there?
Yes. Yeah. So we actually were at Taste of Chicago this year.
Okay, cool.
And we sold these Fronin scoops on a stick with chocolate chips. And
Very
they're
cool.
really delicious. They're kind of,
Nice.
think of like a different kind of flavor of a chocolate-covered banana.
No, thank you. I'm kind of getting full. But they look delish.
I'm going to try it.
Yeah,
Can
go
we
for
try
it.
it?
Yeah, we
definitely.
brought them for you guys to try. And one avenue that we're looking at is
Use
doing
this just
catering
because I don't want
events
it to spill
with
on
these.
myself.
So if
Very
anybody knows a caterer who's interested, we're happy to chat, and they're really yummy.
I do know a caterer too, so I will link up. These are really yummy.
Are they good?
Want one?
No, that's okay. Then I'm going to be very full.
I'm not going to have dinner tonight.
I'm already full. It's actually really filling too. I only had it. Remember I said that I won't be able to stop eating this? I'd have to have a pint and not like the cup?
Did you guys have
Full.
entrepreneurs in the family too? Anybody have entrepreneurs? Where did you guys, when you went to college, was it for business? No. Awesome.
No, we were both public policy study majors, so
Really?
totally unrelated.
Did you guys meet like freshman year?
Yeah, we actually kind of met doing homework together. I'd so you Chicago, but
Yeah. I mean, like, you guys, obviously, John, like I said, they're smarter than we are.
Smarter
Unbelievable.
than I am too. These
So-
guys are crazy good.
So weren't in school to become business owners, and then
No.
it's just a kind of necessity and a passion led to the business. But did you guys have somebody in the family that was a business owner that may have influenced that at all too?
yeah, I mean, we actually both had full-time job offers to go into finance.
Okay.
And I think, it was a hard decision for us to say, okay, we're going to do something really risky.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it was just, such a great opportunity that we couldn't pass down. And my family, they run their own business, so
Yeah.
they've never actually worked for anyone else but themselves. And it's funny because they were saying, oh, you have this great opportunity at a finance firm, like, go for that. And
Yeah.
eventually they came around and they were like, oh, no, you should definitely do this full time. But I think, even though they're entrepreneurial,
Yeah.
it's just
They were
such a
scared
big
because
risk.
they're like, you
Yeah.
have this for sure job. And that happens so often. You see people who have, I mean, Donna, you could have done it too. You could have just taken the kind of easy road and go walk, get a paycheck. And I'm not saying that working in an office is a easy thing. Half our viewers are going to be like this.
We're
But
all going to be in trouble.
There is, and there is a truth though to not knowing how much money you're going to be making, not knowing, when the next paycheck's going to come, that anxiety and that uncertainty of business, I think, is what makes an entrepreneur so different than everybody else. Because to this day, I don't have a paycheck. So no matter what I do, if I'm not putting my effort in 120%, and if I don't have, if I have bad luck and I'm putting 120% effort in, things can go kind of poorly. I'm a believer that you have to be the right person in the right place at the right time. I don't believe in just pure luck. But the fact that you guys didn't take, from University of Chicago, I'm guessing your finance offers were good offers too. You guys did not take that job at your age too. You guys are going to be lifetime entrepreneurs. There's no way you two are ever going back into an office someplace. And kudos to you guys, because I got out of law school. I opened my own law firm, so I was relatively young. But my viewpoint now is, so what if I fail? I can always end up going and getting that job. For you guys to have that foresight young, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was definitely a tough decision.
Yeah.
But well worth it. And I think, we just talk about how many hours we put in a day.
It's insane.
It's crazy.
So much more than 9 to 5, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's probably going to get even crazier for you guys, as you guys expand. But I always say, work your butt off right now. And, you guys are so young. You guys will be retired on a beach by the time you guys are 30.
And they're doing it the right way.
Smart.
Because you guys are starting out young.
Yeah.
And you have the good mentors. I didn't have anybody, and nobody else did what I did. So
yeah, it's hard to.
I didn't have anybody.
You had to reinvent the wheel for you.
Yeah.
I always tell people, especially in my business, I'm lucky that the path to success for what I'm doing, it's out there. I just have to learn what it is and then implement it consistently and work hard. Touching on what you just said, you did not have a roadmap to success. You just kind of had to invent that roadmap.
Yeah,
Somebody,
and I didn't have a business background behind me. I just had relatives that were in business for themselves. They never taught us how to. My dad's off the boat from Italy. He's more like, hey, I gotta, I got to bring home money just to support you kids. It wasn't like, hey, let me take you under my wing and show you the ropes. Because I don't think he knew himself. So they just.
But you had passion and hard work. And I tell people hard work beats talent every single time. Now, if you got hard work and work ethic and you're just genuinely a very talented person in whatever you're doing, that's the best. But, even if you didn't have the business background, your level of passion and you just said, my life is what I'm doing.
Well, yeah, and I think that's what saves my business. Because I think if you don't have either one of them, you're done.
You're done.
And a lot of people in business, they think, especially like me now, that there's copycats out there. They think, oh, well, it's great money. And they don't know what overhead is. They don't have any clue, like all the things, the state, as you are all well aware of, having businesses, the state, the packaging, the approvals, everything that goes into it, insurance, all of it, every little thing. It is insane.
It's
and then you see them fail because they have no passion in it. They just think it's a cool concept and hey, we could do it, and that's
you've been at it for a decade. I think somebody who probably looks at what you're doing right now probably looks at it as like, well, you know what? I can go do this. It's not
That's
bad.
what they
In
think.
2-3 years, I'm going to have that too. And they forget that you've been doing it for 10 years.
Right.
You guys are an exception to the rule.
They're unusual. These
you
two
guys
are
are
unusual.
in
They've
10
got
years.
another product that nobody else has.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a million ice cream places, but not like this one. This
you
is
guys,
different.
and this is where Don and I are probably both telling you we've probably been at the same amount of time, 10 years here.
because we see it.
But you guys are so far ahead of the game
Yeah.
in the amount of time you guys have been working. And it's great that you guys are working together on this. It seems like you're both totally passionate about it. You guys obviously get along really well because if you didn't, there's no way two people in business who are also dating, even a year into business, would not have strangled each other already.
Right,
So
because
kudos
usually it's
to
only
you
like
guys.
a few months and then you're
Um,
done, you know. So yeah, you guys are doing
All
it.
right, John's asking me to ask you guys some cool stuff. All right, let's go to you guys give a piece of advice to young business owners or entrepreneurs trying to get into any business. It doesn't have, I mean, I don't think anybody is going to make tasty banana-based ice cream like you guys. So for all of those, all those people who are listening thinking they could do it, it's not going to be as tasty as theirs, and you're not going to be here within, 2 to 8 months. So just general business advice if you guys want to give it.
Yeah, I would say just don't be afraid to ask for help. I mean, being so young and not having full-time work experience, it put us at a slight disadvantage, but, we definitely made effort with the mentorship that we received, and just asking people in the network and the community really helped us out a lot.
I love that. And I bet that most of the people you asked for help from gave you guys help, right?
Definitely.
I love that. John, you were talking about good news, bad news in a totally different way, but I sometimes feel like people crap on business owners a lot. Like, well, look at these business owners and they're doing well. I have never turned down somebody asking to get lunch with me for advice on anything that I'm doing in business. And I'm glad that there were people who had nothing but a helpful hand for you guys. And that's great advice. Know what you know what you don't know. And if you don't know something, go get some help on it.
Exactly.
Good for you guys. You guys are going to just keep on kicking butt. And for you, John wanted me to ask. He gave me a couple things to ask, but I'm interested in this one. Favorite travel spot?
Anywhere with a beach.
Anywhere with a beach. I should have guessed that. Have you ever been to Tahiti?
No.
Okay, I'm going to
No.
Tahiti in November, and I'm booking my trip. So I
That's
figured maybe you
awesome.
have I'm going for
Yeah.
a wedding.
That is amazing. No, we're planning actually, friends of a bunch of childhood friends. We're planning a trip to Aruba.
Okay.
For our 50th. So that's cool.
I heard Aruba is a blast. I've never been.
Yeah, me neither. I've never been
Beautiful.
there.
Seen
Yeah.
photos.
Yeah, I don't have a chance to really travel.
Yeah, I mean, you're.
It's different for you. You have a wedding. So I bet if you didn't have the wedding, would you really be going?
To Tahiti, no way.
Right.
That wouldn't
you're
have been
just
the spot.
too busy.
I would have gone to Mexico 3 hours.
Oh yeah, I
3
love
hours
Mexico.
south.
Mexico rocks.
Yeah,
I mean,
Cancun, Playa Cabo, I'd be there all day. It's the 3 hour
I
flight.
go to
is
Playa
easy.
Car,
Yeah,
so all the
yeah,
time.
perfect.
Yeah, Playa Car.
Any books you love? Anything you've read?
Oh
Do you
my
read?
gosh!
I should ask. that
No,
first. Do you
I've
read?
never read in my life.
Never. Yeah. do you read often?
When I do read, and your sister would probably be rolling her eyes like, ugh, because she knows a lot of the stuff.
Yeah.
But because I'm not a veterinarian, I read a lot of books. Either it has to do with business,
I love it. Me too.
or it has to do with animals.
Yeah.
Like
basically.
animal nutrition and stuff like
Love
that.
that.
Just to see, especially like new stuff, because I laugh, and your sister would too. It's like it's like, oh, do gluten, because our truck is all based on gluten-free, sugar-free, grain-free, egg-free, soy-free,
So it's
USA
healthy.
ingredients, Wisconsin beef. Now it's like, oh, you just get like this big article. It's not good for dogs anymore. It's like, oh, come on. So let them have wheat. Are they out picking wheat? I mean, seriously, they're not doing that. So allergies, it's a huge issue in animals. So, yeah. So I like do that kind of stuff, and I'm sure your sister has her opinion as well. Like, this is what she knows. Some of those research studies it's like, oh, who's doing this? Who's doing these research studies? So
My sister, a lot of times she, they have like grain-free foods and stuff. Right?
Yeah.
So I used to give my dog Origin, and
Yeah.
now I give him a prescription diet food because he's a
Hills.
big boy. No, it's something else. I should know the brand because I've been buying it for a while, but I always just go buy the same bag and take it.
and then they're on a grain-free diet.
Yeah, but she said, you know what? Dogs for forever have been now domesticated into having grain. She goes, sometimes, yes, there's healthier options,
Yeah.
but she goes, a lot of these researches are really kind of pushing people into one way, not knowing that dogs have, for a long time, through their domestication, changed, in dietary requirements from how they were when they were like wild dogs running around. So I'd
Yeah.
be curious to have you guys chat. and
Oh
she's
yeah,
got some
I
good
would love
advice.
to talk to her about. I mean, she knows more than I do. And I
Yeah,
always say,
maybe not
talk
on the
to
diet
doctor.
side. Who knows?
Well,
The diet side of things, I mean, you seem to know that in
well,
and out.
yeah, no, but
Neutering a dog, she'll probably do better than you might.
oh
but-
yeah, no, I don't know nothing about and behavior and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about that, but no, I think that yeah, I kind of disagree with that.
Okay, cool. Because I was doing all grain-free diet for my dog his whole life. And he's a very healthy dog, so I was doing Origin, and it's all
Did you do it just to do it, or you did it because your dog had the allergy?
No, I just did it because I thought it was healthier. You know, I kind of like you said, yeah, my dog is like my baby, so I'm gonna just give it the
Yeah.
healthiest option I
Yeah.
can. And Origin at that time, I went actually to, it was in Lincoln Park. They closed out. I forget the name of the place, but it was like a health dog food store. in
On
Lincoln Park.
Armitage?
Yes.
I know who you're talking.
So-
Barker Meowski?
No.
No.
But the person there was like, I was
Yeah.
like, what's the healthiest dog food I can get for him? And they said Origin. And I was like, okay, I'll get Origin. So I
Yeah.
got puppy Origin, and then moved to adult Origin. And then eventually we had to put him on prescription food because he needs to maintain his weight and he's got a weak stomach. But he's a 130-pound German Shepherd. He's not fat. He's just a big, big boy.
Yeah.
And they get hip problems. So I
Yeah,
just
they
got
have
him on
dysplasia. Yeah.
a good diet. But I am I think the health food, the pet health food market, it's just a huge industry. So you're doing the right thing. You're in the right
Well, I
market.
think first of all, you need to just talk to your veterinarians
Yeah.
before you go ahead and, before you had real. I mean, I'm a firm believer in going gluten free.
Yeah.
There's no reason not to. You could give the dogs a multivitamin as well, but that's what causes the wheat. And
Yeah.
the grains cause ear infections and cause so many other issues. And that's why you'll see dogs that they're white dogs, but you'll see the browning all around their paws.
Yeah, yeah.
That's all allergies.
Interesting.
It could be environmental allergies.
Yeah,
It doesn't mean it's a diet issue either.
Yeah.
So you do really have to talk to your veterinarian.
Yeah.
I mean, I always tell people, get educated, research too yourself. But for me, people will ask me, but I don't know their dog.
Yeah.
I'm not around them 24/7.
Right.
You know your dog.
Right.
I don't know your dog.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to get
Do you guys have dogs on the?
all the time. Are
You
you
guys have
kidding
on
me?
'em?
Oh, I have some that don't get off of the truck.
Really?
Oh,
They just hang out?
dogs. Are you kidding me? You can't get them off. We have
I-
one that screams, and screams.
I mean, you got
I push.
treats for them on there. It'd be like if you stuck me on a food truck with all these ice cream.
No, the
pints,
dogs
I
jump
wouldn't get off
on.
either.
We have a party in our truck every night.
That's awesome.
And they get
Very
free,
cool.
they get a free treat every time they're on the truck, and they purchase.
I'm gonna
them.
have to look you guys up when you guys are around the city. And
Oh,
my
it's-
dog's name is Maverick.
Oh man, that was my first car.
Really? I'm a big Top Gun fan, so name my dog
That's
after
awesome.
Tom Cruise's character. So
That's awesome.
I'll have to find Maverick. I'll have to find your truck and bring Maverick to you. guys.
Maverick can jump on. He could.
He'll
We
eat all
could
your
have
food.
thrown in ice cream, and
He'll eat the ice cream
and
for sure too.
You and I could have this,
Yeah.
and Maverick could have a gluten-free, sugar-free, grain-free, egg-free,
I'm in.
soy-free USA ingredient.
I'm
His
in,
own
I'm in.
ice cream or non-dairy, because we also have non-dairy for the dogs.
John, did we just grab a technical difficulty somewhere?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. John's quiet. He's like sitting there all quiet. I was like, I think we had a technical
Yeah,
difficulty.
we're recording still.
Oh, perfect. Are we out of time too?
We're past.
We're past.
I would like
wow.
to know about books, though.
Yeah. I'm gonna ask them about their books. It's crazy how fast we run out of an hour. We might have to start doing 90 minutes. John's like, don't make.
All of a sudden, we're going to be Joe Rogan at 3.5 hours.
Yeah, 3.5 hours. Well, though, Joe doesn't run it at a set time. Joe just says
runs,
he's going to
yep.
do it, and he does it. But he's Joe Rogan, so anyone will listen to Joe Rogan whenever the hell Joe
There you
Rogan
go.
wants to go
We'll
on.
get there.
We'll get there one day. He's at like 1,000 episodes, isn't he? We're at
Still
15.
way past, yeah.
Way past?
Yeah, like 1,100.
Shoot. We got a ways to go.
So we started doing this prior to them doing that.
That's insane.
Wah wah.
We are so far behind. Look at us. We are so far behind you guys, and how crazy you guys have skyrocketed to success. I can't wait. We're going to have a recap with you guys pretty soon, and you guys are going to be like, we're in Whole Foods. You know, everybody, Haagen-Dazs has reached out to us, and they want to buy us out for Whole
That would be
And we
awesome.
rejected,
I'm like,
we
that would be
rejected them
great.
because we're going to get a better offer. I can't wait to see that happen. Books. John's asking me to ask about any favorite books you guys have. You got one for me?
Yeah, a few months ago I read a book called Banana by an author named Dan Kopel.
Okay.
It's just a great summary about the history of bananas, the trade, how they've been growing, everything like that. So I ended up writing my my BA thesis on banana trade and farming.
Really?
Yeah, it
Wow.
really sparked that whole
They
research.
give you an A?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah? They better give you an A. You grade the teacher.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I mean, I don't know much about the banana trade. I like bananas. I just know that you have to eat bananas relatively quickly unless you do freeze them, I guess. Otherwise, they go bad. Do you like bananas, just generally speaking?
I ate them more frequently before this. But
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you get your dose of banana in your ice cream now. I would
Exactly.
rather have this than a banana.
Yep.
But kudos again to you guys. Just couldn't be any more impressed. Totally happy for you guys. Cannot wait to see you guys in Whole Foods, in every other grocery store. Let John and I know when your online store opens up, because I'll
Absolutely.
order a bunch of this stuff. I live in
Me
the
too.
suburbs now, so if you guys end up at the Northbrook Whole Foods, that would be really, really easy for me. I can just buy it, because it'll melt on my way home sitting in traffic. Otherwise, I will have it delivered, or maybe John will get a freezer in here, not just a cooler. So on Wednesdays.
Sure. We
On
have so much
Wednesdays.
room.
Yeah, we have tons of space in our little studio. But thank you guys for coming on. Blown away. Congratulations. You guys are just going to keep kicking butt. Donna, thank you for coming on.
Oh, thank you so much for the invite. Appreciate it.
I love food trucks and I love dogs more than I like people. Not everybody, but
Right.
I love dogs are kinder than people
Yeah.
are, generally
Yeah,
speaking.
absolutely.
And kudos to you for taking
Thanks.
a passion and creating a business that wasn't there before. Because
Thank you.
again, that is really difficult to do.
Thank you.
Reinventing, or creating a wheel instead of reinventing a wheel
Yeah.
is a really hard thing to do.
Yeah, it is. But
So, and
it's fun.
kudos to
Thank you.
Southern California, Colorado coming soon, maybe Florida coming soon after that. Again, congratulations. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you so much.
John, you got anything?
No, I think we're good.
We will see you guys next Wednesday at 3 o'clock. We're going to have some amazing guests on then as well. I'm going to try to shout out John next week. Just
Oh,
stay
it
tuned.
is
I'm going to
on.
spend the rest of the week coming up with a better shout out. And thank you again, Ryan Cotter, for our cool championship belts. See you guys next week.
In 3, 2, 1.